Alright, let's go. So let's learn about factoring when a trinomial is not PST. When you say PST, it's perfect square trinomials. Certain trinomial is a PST when the first term and the last terms are both perfect squares. So say, for example, here, if the given is x squared plus 8x plus 16, when you say it's PST, this is a PST because x squared is x times x and 16 is 4 times 4. So that simply means that the first and the last terms can be found by multiplying a certain factor or number by itself. And then you would try to check that. You multiply them. If the sum is the middle term, then that is a PST. And then to make the factor, you just copy the first factor here and the second factor. Then you put a square. You always put a square. Okay, so this is PST. So what we're going to study now is not PST because this is the one that is quite difficult. So say for example, we have x squared plus 3x minus 28. There are so many steps or so many techniques in solving this, but I'm going to teach you the easiest one. First thing is you got to check your first coefficient. Okay, meaning to say your first term. You check what is the coefficient of your first term. Coefficient is the number beside it. So the number beside this is actually 1 when it's not written. So we have 1 here. And then we have negative 28. So the second thing that you will check is your third term, which is also your constant. So negative 28. This is how we do this. You just make a small line. Okay, a horizontal line. And then you try to write the factors of your first term of this number. Okay, so the factors of 1, to get 1, of course, there's only one pair for that, and that is 1 times 1. Next, it's negative 28. Our goal here is when we cross multiply them, these factors, to get the sum, which is our middle term. So negative 28. I can think of any factor of negative 28. So negative 28 can be taken by 1 times 28, and the negative sign could be written here or the other one. Or negative 1 times 28. It could also be achieved by 2 times negative 14. Or negative 2 times 14. And then, what else? It's not divisible by 3 because it's not divisible by 4. Is it? Oh, it is. So 4 times so when we divide this by 4, there's 5 in 20s, there's like 7, so we can make this negative, and this one will be negative 4 times 7. And then what more? 5. It cannot be 6. 12, 18. 6 is not, I think. And then, yeah, so we will now check out which of these factors will give us the sum of this. So let's try to start making. I think 1 and 28 cannot do it. So let's have the one that is closest because the middle term is 3. So I'm gonna pick this. So negative 4 times 7. You do cross multiplication. This is negative 4. And this one is positive 7. Okay, and then negative 4 plus 7 is already positive 3. Therefore, we are correct. This is the correct factor. The correct factor is negative 4 and 7. So for you to make the factors now, you have to just attach the variable x here. And this is minus 4. Attach the variable x here. Therefore, you would say, therefore, the factor is x minus 4 times x plus 7. Okay, so x minus 4, x plus 7. That is the answer. Okay, this one, 6x squared plus x minus 2. So first step, First step, you check what's your coefficient here. You have 6. What's your coefficient here? You have -2. Again, our goal is to get the coefficient of our middle term. The coefficient here is 1. So I can make up the factors of 6 is 3 times 2. The factors of -2 can be -1 times 2. Try to multiply them, cross multiply them. 2 times -1 is -2. 3 times 2 is 6. And then add them. This is 4. This is not correct because it's not. It should be 1. So I want to switch it. 3 times 2 and then 2 times -1. You keep on trying until you get the right middle term. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times -1 is -3. Add them up, you get 1. Therefore, this is the correct solution. And then we will create now the factor. You add x. You add x. Therefore, if there's no operation, that will be plus. So therefore, the factor is 3x plus 2, 2x minus 1. This is the answer. Alright, it's your turn to answer this question.